Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back. So for today's video, we're going to be doing another doll ranking video, and we are going to be ranking all of the Mermaid Barbies, or close to all of the Mermaid Barbies. Those of you who have been around for a while know that I am obsessed with mermaids, like almost unhealthily obsessed with mermaids. I love them so much, but because I love them so much, I am kind of hypercritical of mermaid dolls, and so like a lot of mermaid dolls just don't live up to my expectations, quite frankly. And so I thought it would be fun to do a ranking video of all of the Mermaid Barbies. Now, there are so many Mermaid Barbies, and also so many times that Barbie like releases a mermaid, but like does several different colorways and all kinds of different complicated things. So there is a very solid chance that I have in fact missed one or more Mermaid Barbies. It's not intentional. Like if I left one out and it happens to be your favorite, I promise it's not a dig at you. It's just that I didn't know that it should be there. So feel free to let me know in the comments if there are any that I have missed, and I'll let you know what I think of them. But I think I did a pretty good job of getting at least like one colorway of every Mermaid Barbie released. So hopefully that stands true and y'all don't prove me wrong in the comments. But yeah, we're ranking today. As always, this is just my opinion. You are absolutely free to disagree as long as you can stay polite about it. If you guys find yourself enjoying the video, if you could give it a like, that's super helpful for me. If you're new here and you enjoy your time, definitely subscribe so you can see more. And then if you want to go out of your way to support me, I do have my PO box and stuff in the description down below. Without further ado, there are, like I said, a lot of Mermaid Barbies to get through, so let's go ahead and just start the ranking. Alrighty, so as with all of my rankings, I am using Procreate to do the rankings, and we do have some fun little tier names today. So starting off, we have Goddess tier, then we have Fantastic, Made a Splash, Fishy, Bottom Feeder, and Washed Ashore. I don't know, sometimes I think it's fun to try to make the like tier names thematic to what we're doing, so those are my best attempts at like mermaid related ones. But we are going to be starting off with the Rainbow Lights Mermaid, which like is not necessarily a great place to start, but it could be worse. I'm just going to get this out of the way now. I'm definitely going to repeat it like 6,000 times, but I'm just going to say, I guess more in depth now, I obviously don't like the molded on clothing. Like I think dolls are inherently better when they have removable clothing. That's just a personal preference for me. So that's already not super. And the other thing with mermaid dolls in particular is I do prefer that they have some sort of articulation in their tail. That being said, I can be persuaded to overlook articulation if they have a fun gimmick. So even though this Mermaid Barbie does have a molded on tail and a molded on top, she also lights up, and I think that's fun. It's funny because like I'm not really a gimmick person when it comes to other types of dolls, but with mermaids specifically, there's just something about them that makes like my inner child be like, yeah, we can do silly goofy things with these. So I actually like her more than I thought I would. She's still not great, but like she could be a lot worse. I think what's really killing it for me is the rainbow on the tail. Like she's also got a lot of colors on the top, but I feel like the colors in the top, it's not the full rainbow, first of all, and like they're more gradient, so like they go together a little bit better, whereas the tail just feels a little bit worse. Plus she's got a lot of molded on details that aren't painted. But I really do like the light up factor. I think the way that she lights up is cute. We're gonna start off nice. I don't know if I'll stay nice for the rest of the video, but I'm gonna put her in Fishy for now. Cause like I can't ignore the molded on stuff, but then we have a set of color reveal Barbies. There are a couple of color reveal mermaid sets that were released. For the most part, I think I'm going to be ranking them as a group, mostly because I couldn't find anything even close to like a high quality image of each of them individually, but also just because I think most of them do look about on the same level in terms of appearance. Like obviously they have very different designs, but I kind of feel the same about most of them. I'll cut one out if like I have a specific emotion. But I really don't with this first set. There are some that I think are cooler than others. I think this one in the center is probably my favorite. I also think the like super saturated colors on this one are pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, they at least have fabric fins, which is nice, but they do have molded on tops and obviously the molded skirts. And the color reveal gimmick is only something that you can really do as you're opening the doll, but after that, it's just a plastic doll. I don't know. I feel like these should be going in bottom feeder, but genuinely I don't think that the aesthetics of the dolls are horrible, so shockingly I think I'm going to put these in Fishy too. Which is a very nice ranking for me. I'm usually not that kind. I guess I'm in a good mood today. Here we have another color reveal one, and I do think I like these a little bit less. The inclusion of the merman is fun, like kudos that he gets to be involved, but for the most part I just feel like these are a little bit more gimmicky looking. Like, instead of it being like, here's this mermaid and she has this color palette, it's like, oh, this one is like peace signs and this one is hearts. And like, I do kind of like the hearts one because I kind of vibe with that. But also, it's just not what I want from a mermaid. Like, I'm I'm a bit of like a I'm a bit of a mermaid purist in the sense that I really prefer mermaids whose theme is they're from the ocean instead of like this one has peace signs all over it. I don't know. I don't know why, but that is my bias. So I do think I'm going to go ahead and pop these into bottom feeder. They're not quite bottom tier for me, but they are worse than the other ones. Okay, finally we have some that are like going back to Barbie's golden days, right? Like some that are a little less new. These are the jewel hair mermaid Barbies. I said that right, correct? Yes. And I feel like people love these, and I get it. I'm not 100% sold on this face. I can kind of take or leave this particular Barbie face, and the bangs are like very much of their time. But I do like the designs. I love the glitz and like the glam, the sparkle of it all I think is super fun. The mermaids having exorbitantly long hair is like a mermaid stereotype that I absolutely mess with. I just think it's fun and cute. Like, I'm a sucker for dolls with short hair too, but on mermaids specifically, give me a good long haired mermaid, you know? I do really like that. I think the fins are a tad bit awkward, but there's so much that I do like that I feel like these are going to go into Fantastic. Like, these are iconic mermaids from Barbie. They're not perfect in my personal book, but like, I can't rank them any lower than that. Oh my God. Okay. I have to breathe for a moment. This one. I love this line so much. The Mermaid Fantasy Barbies are like my Roman Empire. I love these so much. I have this orange one here. I'll get her and show her actually real quick. So yeah, I have the orange one here, and I love this line so much. I'd love to get the other ones at some point, like especially the pink one I think is my second favorite, but the orange is definitely my first favorite. I just think she's so beautiful. The tail is silicone, and it like flaps when you squeeze her hips. And the touch is just, it's such a good touch, like the fleshiness of it. I know that sounds really, really gross, but like for a mermaid, it works for me. Like, I like it so much better than the hard molded plastic, and I think the design is like relatively simple compared to some things that we see from Barbie with their mermaids, but absolutely gorgeous. Like, I love these dolls so much. So with all of that rambling aside, the fact that I literally had to go get a doll to show off, I'm sure you guys know that this is going to go in goddess tier. There's no way I could put that line anywhere else. They are some of my favorite mermaid Barbies ever. Then we have one that came out in 1991. That's all the info I have about her. The face is not working as well for me with this one, but I do like everything else about her. I think the design is really cute. We have a fabric tail, which like can be done good or bad, but in this case, I think this is a good one. I think this one looks really cute. It's hard to see her fin in box, but it's like a crinkle cut fabric, and I feel like that would look really, really pretty. She's got some tinsel in her hair. Like, she is an absolute vibe, and frankly would probably be going into goddess tier if it weren't for the face, because I don't know, like, sometimes it just isn't hitting, and this is one of those instances where I feel like she looks a little bit weird. But she's still going to get to go into Fantastic because she's a cutie. Next up, we have the Sea Pearl Mermaid Barbie, who is also pretty cute. Kind of similar to the last one, honestly, with like the materials used. But she's got more pearl detailing on her shirt, and like she's got the pearl earrings. I think the face looks less uncanny on this particular Barbie. I'm not sure if I like her tail quite as much. Again, it is hard to tell in the box. But this is a cute one. And like, this is kind of, aside from my ideal mermaid Barbies that like we'll be getting to, Mermaid Fantasy was one of them. We have another one that'll be coming up that I know is just incredible. But as far as like Playline Barbies go, this is what I prefer to see from Playline Barbie as opposed to what we see now with like all of the plastic and the molded on everything. I just think this is cute. Like, it's goofy and it's kitschy and it's like this cellophane material that's like kind of weird and crinkly, but there's just something about it that is such a vibe to me. So she's going to go into Fantastic too. I am a little nervous about fitting everything into these tiers because all of these images are like different shapes, but that's a problem for later. Next up is the Bubbling Mermaid Barbie. Again, this one's just so cute. So apparently, according to the box, she changes color in the water, like her tail changes color, and also I'm not sure how, because like looking at it here, I'm not really sure how the function goes, but apparently she blows bubbles from her crown. Oh, I guess maybe this is like an attachment that goes on. That's so funny and so cute for absolutely no reason. Again, the gimmicks with mermaids for some reason are just so much more acceptable to me. And having her blow bubbles is like a very mermaid appropriate gimmick, you know, like it's, she's got the color change too, but that's secondary to me. I just feel like there are some gimmicks that are like more suited to some types of dolls than others. And the bubbles is so perfect for this. I think it's so funny and so cute. She does still have a removable top, even though she has the plastic tail, so kudos to her for that. I don't know if I like the overall design enough to put her in Fantastic. I'm gonna put her in Make a Splash, but like, that's still a good ranking to me. She is adorable. Next up, we have a collector's one. This is the Enchanted Mermaid. And what's really funny is that seeing pictures of her in box, I honestly thought that I would like her more than I do seeing pictures of her out of box, which is not normally how that goes for me. But in box, it's harder to see like how her tail lays. You can't really see because I'm using the same color. But like, it's harder to see how her tail lays, and I just am not as big a fan seeing it out of the box because it kind of looks more like a dress than fins to me. And like, I want my mermaid Barbies to be mermaid. You know, like I don't want them to be wearing a mermaid dress. I want them to be mermaids. Also, I don't know how long into the video I am, but too long for me to be just realizing that I didn't give any like parameters for this. So quick intermission here. I'm not including any like mini mermaid Barbies. They did with like Fairytopia Mermaidia and maybe the Mermaid's Tale movies, some like mini dolls. Not including those. I'm only including full-size Barbies. And I'm also not including like Kelly or anyone like that. I'm only including, again, like the full-size like Barbie, Christie, those types of dolls. So sorry, little intermission there. Anyway, though, getting back to this, I need a different color. Like this section is really pretty. I'm not sure, I'm not 100% sold on how the fins lay because it's giving a dress. And also this crown, like it's kind of reminding me of an anglerfish, which is suitable to a mermaid, but also I just don't know if I love it. So she's gonna get put into Fantastic, I think, because she's still amazing, but like, I genuinely prefer the Mermaid Fantasy Barbie, so. Oh, this is another great one. This is the Magical Mermaids Barbie and Chrissy. We're including Chrissy this time just because she does come with a Barbie. I love this doll so much. I had this when I was a kid, and then one of you guys actually was kind enough to send a out-of-box one to me in my P.O. box, so thank you again to that person if you're seeing this video. I still have to like finish restoring her and like bringing her back to her prime, but it is so nice to have her again, and I just love her so much. I think the design for this one is really fun and interesting, like the collar that she's got going on. All of the glitter obviously is something that I'm a fan of. I actually do really like the way that the baby was designed, weirdly enough. I just think her little like sack dress with the fins on the bottom is really cute, but the big thing for this Mermaid Barbie is the fact that her tail lights up on the side. Like you can see here, it lights up. And again, I'm a sucker for a Mermaid Barbie gimmick. I just love it. And this one is no exception. I think she's so fun and so cute and so well designed. And she's going into goddess tier. Like, I love her. Okay, this is like probably a good time for me to mention that I actually never saw the Mermaid Tale movies. I don't even know if I saw the Mermaidia movies or if I had like moved past Barbie at that point. So if I missed a Barbie, it is almost certainly either from one of the movies or from Dreamtopia. So we're going to start seeing some of the movie Barbies pop up in here, so I'm sorry if I missed any. But this one is from a Mermaid Tale. This is the Swim and Splash, I want to say is the full name. This one's weird. I know because of the name that there's got to be some sort of gimmick. I'm assuming it's like a swimming gimmick, or like her tail down here has a hinge, so it's got to move some way, right? But I don't think I like it. I just like the way that her tail is designed. Looks like the ruffles on a skirt, and it's frankly a bit unsettling to me. And I don't really like the shirt either. How low do I want to put this? I don't think I'm going all the way, but she is going to go to bottom feeder. Another one from the Mermaid Tale movie. Oh no. I was so unprepared to see her like in full size. I can't even explain this one. I don't feel like I need to. She's going to be the first one to go to wash to shore. That is rough. Okay, splash in style. I don't know if there's a gimmick with this one. She's got a hard plastic tail and a molded on top, but the design at least is inoffensive to me. I actually like the yellow accents. Like, I'm just a yellow accent kind of person. I like yellow and orange a lot. So that's pretty cute. It doesn't look like a rainbow vomited on her. I don't love the fin. I think I'm going to put her in fishy. I think that's a fair ranking. Another one from Mermaid Tail, another absolute yikes, and another one that I'm just not going to even explain, but put into wash to shore. This one is literally just called the Mermaid. So there's that. But boy, is she the mermaid. Like, wow, what a design here. Love the fins at the bottom. That's incredible. Love the sequin tail. Also amazing. The hair accessories, the fact that she comes with this little like scene piece to sit upon is so pretty. I don't know if I love the little like swirlies on her top, but I love the fact that she has a mesh top on. So there's like little rhinestones kind of dotted about and it makes it look like they're just kind of on her skin. Like that is so top tier. I don't think the swirly top is enough to prevent her from going in goddess tier. Like this is a beautiful doll. I shudder to think what she costs, but this one's fairy tale to fashion. I feel like I got that name wrong for sure. Like something about that doesn't feel right. I don't like this. Judging from the name and also the fabric skirt over top, the plastic fin, I'm guessing that this one like transforms and like can be a regular person or can be a mermaid, which like is a gimmick that I can get behind, but not in this capacity. I don't like literally anything about her. I don't like the molded on top. I don't like the fabric skirt. I don't like the fin. She's going to go and wash to shore. Next up, we have Color Magic. This one is a lot, but kind of in a better way. Molded on everything, which stinks, but the fin is really extravagant and fun. And like, I think that's a big criteria for me to like a mermaid doll is that I really hate when they have super boring tiny fins. Like that's just my personal preference is I like for them to be long and like luxurious and wild. And this definitely is that. The hair is pretty fun. I think the top is like the worst part here. But with all of that, I think she still has enough going for her to go into fishy. Next up is one from 2012 that I'm realizing I'm pretty sure is just this same Barbie almost. Her top is not as detailed and not as weird, but I still don't like her, so kind of a duplicate, but she's going to go into wash to shore. Then we have the Pearl Princess Barbie. This one does have a transforming gimmick as well. Like, I can't remember what it is. I know the tail transforms, but I don't think she transforms into a person. I think she just transforms into like having a crazier tail. Yeah, I think I'm remembering that correctly. I don't know. It's okay. I don't mind the top. And the tail could be worse. I think I'm going to put her in fishy. That's about the best I can do. I don't feel a whole lot about that one. Next up we have three all together because they're all the same except they're different colorways. And these are also from Pearl Princess. These are really not that bad actually. Like it's molded on everything, which stinks. But at least the color schemes are kind of fun. Like the blue to purple, the purple to pink, and the pink to orange. I kind of like that. Especially they all form a gradient, which is very appealing to me. They all are like slightly different in the necklace. Yeah, these are pretty inoffensive. Also, they do have like the cocked out little hip situation, like where they're like hip bumping, which is a thing that we started to see with Mermaid Barbies. And sometimes I really do hate it. But this one is weirdly not hitting as hard as some other ones are. I think I'm actually going to put these in Made a Splash. They are not terrible. Like, I wouldn't buy them, but I don't look at them and feel any sort of, like, rage. And then we have the Fountain Mermaid Barbie, who has another gimmick, and that is that her crown, like, it's hard to see because it's not a great quality image to begin with, and then I'm zooming in, but you can kind of see here, you can like squeeze something and make water flow out of her crown and like a little fountain. And again, I think that's fun. Like it's a very mermaid thematic gimmick. I'm not 100% sold on her design. I think it's like the poofy bang that's really getting to me. And also the skirt is like weirdly loose. But I think this is innovative and creative and fun, which is just not something I can always say for like newer Mermaid Barbies. I think I'm going to pop her into Made a Splash as well. Next up, we have a doll from Mermaid Tail. She's not terrible. Again, all molded on, everything. But like the colors and the design and everything aren't something that really bother me. I don't think I feel quite as good about her as I did about these three super pixelated girly pops. But I definitely don't hate her, so I'm going to put her into Fishy. Another one from Mermaid Tail. This one I like significantly less. Just, I don't know, something about the design on this one with like the stripes and the florals is giving a lot more like cheap Barbie, if that makes sense. I'm trying to find a better word and I can't. I actually actively dislike that one. She's going to go and wash ashore. Another one from Mermaid Tail. This one, kind of in between the other two. So I guess we're going to rank her bottom feeder in between the other two. Yet another one from Mermaid Tail. This one's like got an Arctic theme, which I actually really like all of that. I just don't like the tail. And I think the problem is that she doesn't have that snowflake situation really going on anywhere else, so it just seems kind of random. I think I'm going to put her in Fishy, because she could be a lot worse. I just went on like a Mermaid Tail kick, I guess. Here's another one from Mermaid Tail. This time we do have a fabric tail, but does that make it better? Like, I don't know, I think the biggest thing to me with like a lot of fantasy Barbies is that sometimes they're done in a way that is bright and fun and very obviously Barbie without it feeling just too much. And this one feels like she's towing the line of too much. I'm going to put her into Fishy. These two are the Fairy Tale mermaids. Oof. Wow. Fabric tails, that's cool. I want to like it because I actually enjoy this fabric that they've used for the tails. I think that could be fun to use on a mermaid doll, but the overall appearance is just not working for me. Yeah, it might be like the baby fins or the molded on tops, but they're going to go in bottom feeder. They're barely safe from wash to shore because they've got cool fabric pieces. More Fairy Tale mermaids. Ooh, ooh, oh yikes, oh no. Yeah, every single one of these is going in wash to shore. Okay, this one's fun though. This one is fun. We've got another bubble gimmick. It's a little bit too much on the colors for me. Like it's a lot, but I do think it's fun that her fin is like an entire funky bubble wand and like you can blow bubbles with her. It's exciting. It's fun. It's all molded on. Why do I only like gimmicks for Mermaid Barbie? This is the only time you're ever going to see a gimmick on my channel bringing the ranking up, but it's happening. I'm going to put her into Made a Splash. I just think it's such a cute little idea. I don't know. Rami, I'm not sure how to say this. I think she was from a movie. Barbie and the Secret Door. Okay. Washed ashore. I didn't even have anything else to say. This one's a slightly better version. It is a transforming version. Like she can go from mermaid to person. Not in love with the molded on top, but I do think that the tail is kind of fun. I feel like the printing and the gradient on that is kind of cute. I'm actually going to put her into Fishy. Then we've got some Barbies from Fairytopia Mermaidia. I'm sorry about the quality of the image here. It can be hard to find quality image of some of these older Barbies. See, I don't like inherently hate them as much as you might think. There's a lot going on, but in this case, I think it kind of works. Especially for these two, I think I prefer over the purpley themed one. But with these, what's getting me is the criminally short tail. Well, just like I prefer a really like ostentatious fin, I think that mermaids look really strange when they have this short tail. Like if it was molded straight, it would still be like only that tall. So it still wouldn't even be like a full-size Barbie, and it just proportionally looks very strange to me. I'm going to put these in Fishy as well. The tail is what's bringing them down. Otherwise, they could have made it to Made a Splash. Next, we have the Magical Hair Mermaid, and we are back with that cellophane material. And I low-key love it. Like, I know it's like a sensory nightmare for some people, and I also know that it doesn't always hold up well over time. But for me personally, I just think the shimmer, the iridescence, the strangeness of it is very appropriate for a mermaid doll. This one's cute. It looks like she's got kind of a purpley hair. The bangs are a disaster. But there's actually a lot that I like about her, and I'm going to put her in Fantastic. It's been a while since we've had a ranking that high, but she's going to go in Fantastic. Then we have a selection of Dreamtopia mermaids. I found this photo of them all together, and so I figured I'd rank them all together. I will rank them the same anyway. Like, even regardless of that, I would have felt the same way about all of them. This one has cool hair. Otherwise, I am upset by this, and they are going and washed ashore. Next up, some more Dreamtopia ones, although these are, like, all weirdly different. Like, they're all under the Dreamtopia line, like the umbrella, but they all are actually different, so I'm going to be ranking them individually. I love the color scheme on this first one. I don't know why. I just think it's really, really cool. I don't like the choice of, like, the bow with the molded on top, but I hate it a lot less than I feel like I should. Oh gosh, I have to actually select it. Ew. I'm not sure that she's going to go and make a splash or fishy yet. I'm just going to move her out of the way for now. This one I want to like so much more because she's got like this funky clear situation with her tail and then a fabric fin, and it's actually kind of fun. I hate these little like hip ruffles, and then the molded on top is not doing what I want it to be doing. So I think she's going to go into fishy. And then this last one, she's very rainbow, but also very pastel, which I feel like tempers it. She lights up, which is cool. I still don't like this, but I like her top a little bit better. I'm honestly going purely off of vibes, but this one is going to go into Made a Splash. Couldn't tell you why, but I just like that one a little more. And I think this one, this tiny one up top, is also going to go into Made a Splash. Just the color scheme really hit me with that one. Another Pearl Princess Barbie. I feel nearly nothing, but I don't think it's a positive nothing. Can there be a positive nothing and a negative nothing? If so, I'm experiencing it, and I'm going to put her in bottom feeder. I don't know. The more I look at her, the less I like her. It's probably how some of y'all feel about me in the comments. Like, the more I look at you, the less I like you. Sorry, I don't know why that's so funny to me. These are these sparkle lights, mermaids, and I really want to like them. I actually think that when the light is off, like this one, that's fine. It's not stellar, but it's not terrible. But the light when it's on is this floral pattern situation that I don't really like. At least I assume that's what's happening here, unless these are actually separate dolls. But like, they look the same. I'm just going to assume I'm correct in this one. If I'm not, just, you know, roast me in the comments. That's fine. Yeah, this is going to wash ashore. Because, like, how do you mess up a light up gimmick? But they did. Then we have a couple of the sea pixies from some Barbie movie, presumably. I don't see on the packaging which movie it is. But I would imagine from, like, maybe Mermaidia or something. I don't like these two. They have fabric everything, which is nice. And I think it's going to save them from being bottom tier, but they're going in bottom feeder. So, is that really a win? Then we have a couple of more sea pixies, which I do like significantly better. To be fair, they're also orange and yellow, so that might just be my favorite color bias showing here. They do have the tiny tails, which is frustrating to me, but I think that they have cute faces and cute little tops. I don't know. I don't know why I like these more. I can't explain it, but I'm going to put them all the way up and Made a Splash. Sometimes my feelings aren't logical. Then we have a Rainbow Lights Mermaid, which I'm just realizing I have definitely already ranked, so I'm just going to casually delete that one. My bad. Color change. Yeah, nah. Washed ashore. Then we have Merlia. I don't know what movie she's from. I didn't write it down, so that's on me. It's fabric, so there's that. I don't like the print on her tail. I don't like all the floral situation going on there. Bottom feeder. Ooh. I think I'm going to skip this one because I want to end on a bang. I feel like we're having a lot of really negative ones, so I'm going to come back to this one. Just don't let me forget. Okay, so we're going to skip the Magical Mermaids, and we're going to go to Mermaidia, the Alina doll. Oh my gosh. I had no idea before doing this video that this like doll existed. She is so fun, and I feel like this is the perfect version of a transforming doll because look how good she looks in both forms. Like, usually when there's a transforming doll, it's like weird and bulky in one of the forms, and like you can tell that it does the gimmick, and it just looks a little bit strange in like one of the two forms. She doesn't. She looks so good in both. Like, I'm not really super paying attention to the fairy version because I'm supposed to be ranking the mermaid version specifically. So if we take a look at that, I love that her skirt turns into like this little jellyfish moment at her hips. Like, I just think that's so fun and creative, and it's a great way to merge a skirt with a mermaid doll because, like, jellyfish, duh, live in the ocean. It's very thematic still. I think that the way the wings fold into being fins is absolutely beautiful. Like, the flow is just so stunning. This is a great doll. Again, not one that I even knew existed, but she's going straight into goddess tier. She's amazing. Another one from Mermaidia. This one is all fabric, which we love. I'm not really going to look at the like human outfit that she has because frankly it's mid at best. But the doll herself is like fine. I think the fabric for the tail, what I can see of it, is quite cute. Doesn't look like she has a whole lot of fin, which is sad. But the top's fine. I could lose the molded on accessories. Those just aren't really doing it for me. But I actually really like a lot of what's happening here. I think I'm going to put her all the way up in Fantastic, which is maybe wild, but like here we are. Then we have a collector edition of a mermaid Barbie, and what am I supposed to say? Like, obviously she's beautiful. That's kind of it, right? Like, I love the tail. All of the accessories are gorgeous. The hair, it's beautiful, you know? Like, it's easy to say that about these collector ones. So she's going to go into goddess tier, predictably. Next up, kind of the same thing, the Ocean King Ken. I do wish that I had been more aware of, like, stuff that was happening with Barbie when he came out, and also that I had the funds, like the doll budget, to buy him when he came out, because I love this doll. I think he's really, really fun. Don't have him. Probably won't ever buy him secondhand, because I don't know if I like him enough to pay the secondhand price, if you know what I mean. But, like, this is a fun one, and it's a Ken, which is not something you obviously see much with the mermaids, as we have gone through just so many that are Barbies instead of Ken. So, like, it's cool to see him. I like the colors. He's going to pop right up into goddess tier. Next up, we've got the Touch of Magic Barbies, which are, in a word, rough, and will be going into Wash Ashore. Okay, we are almost done. I'm not going to forget to go back. This is another round of the color reveal mermaids, and again, these are just kind of disappointing. I think that they're very gimmicky, and it's just a lot to look at, so they're going to go into Wash Ashore. Then we've got some Dreamtopia Barbies. I want to say these are from, like, the newest release. I think these next couple of layers are, like, some of the newest Dreamtopia Barbies. And I am going to rank these individually because I definitely feel different ways about them. I love her hair over here. I hate her top. I don't think that it matches with the rest of her design, but I really do like the hair, and even, like, the tail is inoffensive to me. So I think she's going to get to go into Made a Splash. I think that's fair. This one over here, so simplistic, but so nice. I love this color of blue on the top. Like, that's just so cute to me. And this is better, in my opinion. Like, it's still very vibrant and bright and, like, in your face, but it's done so in a way that feels like Barbie without feeling like Barbie threw up on you. And I love it. And she's going to go into Made a Splash, too. Like, I love it, but I don't love it enough to, like, put it anywhere. The other Dreamtopia ones, I feel like this one is the one that I've seen people losing it the most over, and I get it. Like, she's a pastel queen. I understand. She's really cute. I actually think I'm just going to rank these two together because I feel the same about both of them. They're both pretty, and they're both also going to go into Made a Splash. So genuinely, I didn't have to rank all of those individually. I could have just, like, done it all together, but now we know for sure. And then the Mermaid Power Barbies. I contemplated buying these when they were on shelves, and I just couldn't ever quite pull the trigger. I think there's a lot of fun about them. I like the way that the tails were done. I don't know if they light up. They might. Like, that transparent casing kind of makes me feel like something's going on there. But even not lit up or whatever the gimmick might be, I do think that there's a fun quality to them. I like the color schemes. I think I like... It's Malibu Barbie. I like her fin better. I think that, like, the wave pattern is cool. Hello. Okay. But I like Brooklyn Barbie's hair and her face. Like, she looks like she's having such a good time. And honestly, like, I do think that these are clearly not as good as, like, some of the Mermaid Barbies of the past. But for modern day Mermaid Barbies, these are really solid and quite fun. I'm going to put them right in between Made a Splash and Fantastic. Because, like, I'm almost done with the video, so it's fine if it's at a weird place. And I just feel like I can't solidly put them into either tier. But now we get to go down and end the video out on a bang with the Magical Mermaids, which I'm just now realizing I'm going to need to move the layer up if I want this to be viable. That's better. Now you can see them. So we've got 3 colorways. They're from Fairytopia, the Magical Mermaids, and I love these as well. And again, I get to do a little show and tell with you here because I have the yellow and orange Christy version, and I am obsessed with her. She's so beautiful. Her hair is so soft. The colors are so perfect. Again, we've got like a silicone tail with like the bend in the knee, and it just feels so right. It's so much better than the hard plastic. There's a bit of the articulation there. Her tail, like the fin, is so pretty. There's little rhinestones embedded in pieces of her tail. Her top is also really fun. I don't know why it like clips off, and I'm weirdly obsessed with that. Like, it's not molded on, it's still plastic, but something about the clip aspect just really gets to me. I adore this Barbie so much. Like, I bought her secondhand, and it's one of my better purchases. I just love her. And I love like the other ones too. She's my favorite color scheme, obviously. But even the blue and like the purple ones, the blue is probably my second favorite, and then purple is probably my least favorite. But like, if I had so much money, I would buy the other 2 to complete the set, because I just think they're so fun. Like, I don't even know how to describe why or how much they mean to me, but they do. And so they're going in Goddess gear, and that's why I wanted to end on them, because like I wanted to end on a super good note. But yes, guys, this is the ranking. Lots of Barbies. There's so many dolls on this image right now. And yeah, I mean, a lot of them are towards the bottom, which I know, I feel like it's hard for a lot of people to understand when I say that I love something and that I rank it so badly. But when I love something, I tend to be more critical of it. And I think that's why stuff like this happens. Like, it happens with my Monster High rankings, and now it's happening with the Mermaid Barbie ranking, because I just love mermaids so much. And so when they're done well, I am obsessed. Like, the 2 Barbies that I showed you, I'm so excited to get to like actually have those out and show you guys, because like I've done videos on them, like I featured them in videos before, but I get to show you again, and I can't ever show someone enough because I'm so excited about them, and it's like this unending love. But when they're not good, and I'm gonna say. So yeah, it's a little bit of a rough ranking. I think a lot of it does just come down to quality. I think Barbie doesn't put as much quality into their fantasy dolls anymore. And also they kind of go with the idea of like, oh, it's fantasy, let's just throw every single color possible in no sensical way at it. And I think that it's so much better when they don't do that. So maybe we'll see a return to like better Mermaid Barbies at some point. But for now, this is going to be the ranking. So yes, guys, that is it for today. I would love to hear in the comments down below what you thought of my overall ranking, and like which is your favorite and your least favorite. You don't have to rank them all, because that would be a lot for you to go through, especially because most of them don't have like proper names. But yeah, I just want to hear like your highlights and your lowlights and everything. But I do hope you were able to enjoy the video. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.